What the fuck is up, ballers? It's your two favorite losers. Well, the only ones that actually matter out there. We got Corey from Sportz joining us today.
Yo.
So let's hop right into it. We got a show tease. We're going to ease it in for you real nice and smooth, like with mine and Corey's beautiful voices, just talking harmonically about random situations. Then we're going into the highs and lows of the NFL week, and then our personal bias nights. Then we're going into my least favorite this week, which is the blame game. Then we're going to preview the week 3 in the NFL. I got an apology for the world and to somebody very special to me. And then we're up and out of here. So let's get into it real smooth. I'm talking about smooth. Did you see that fan slap Kyler Murray? Well, you didn't see it, but did you hear about that fan slapping Kyler Murray?
Yeah, I saw a replay of it. He barely hit him.
Yeah. It's NFL players. They're on a pedestal, obviously, which us fans, we put them there. But yeah, it is kind of ridiculous to slap a player. Like, I mean, come on. If you're gonna go all out, go Meta World Peace fan style. Like, get in an actual fist fight with a player.
Yeah.
We've already mentioned in past episodes, I think this should be allowed at least once a season or something. Barstool's brought it up. It needs to catch on. The more we put it out there, the more the NFL may be like, maybe it's time to let these players retaliate at these fans sometimes.
Yeah.
Because Kyler Murray right there, that would be in the bylaws that if a fan touches you, even outside of your one per season, you can give a quick, just bap right back. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, that's it. And you're suspended if you don't. That's the thing I encourage. Like, people don't want to hit back. Too damn bad. You're already hitting people in a football game. What's the difference between a spoiled fan? But that's just my take. Too much of this is fucking happening. Next up, more physical violence. Bobby Hart. Physical violence seems to be the theme of this segment right now. It is all for me. Physical violence all the way, baby. It's in our DNA. But Bobby Hart, after the game, after the loss to the Bills, Bobby Hart swung on an unnamed player. The video has yet to be released. I have yet to find it anyways. But he misses and actually hits a coaching staff on Tennessee's sideline. And there was a memo released. I should have pulled this up already, but there was a memo released by the league addressed to Bobby Hart, and it's quite hilarious. Like, I wish I had the job of writing these things to the people. It would be, you guys would get a hell of a lot more kick out of it too.
That's like some movie stuff. You miss the person you're intending to hit and hit somebody else.
It happens, apparently.
Like in Yes Man when they're fighting in the alley.
Yes.
You got the wrong guy. Well, maybe you should start being the right guy.
I gotta look it up because
That's funny. I just want to take this time to say I'm doing absolutely fantastic. My team lost. Cody's team lost. Whole AFC lost. But 206 points in fantasy.
your
Keeping
team
me
lost.
right. The Steelers lost.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, I thought you were destroying it fantasy, but okay, that makes sense. Your bias team lost. Okay.
My NFL team, yes.
Why is it so hard?
But when your team loses, you actually have something to root for. You still want your fantasy team to win. And I dominated. 206 points.
Yeah, you got to give it up for that because anytime you eclipse 200 in any fantasy league, as long as it's not boosted scoring, it's a damn good day.
It was a good day.
All right, I got the memo right here. Sorry, they're trying to hide it from me. It was addressed to him, so I'm talking to him. Once you and your opponent, like it's a boxing match instantly. Were in the end zone near the tunnel. You confronted him and immediately swung at him with a closed fist. striking the head of a Tennessee coach. Doesn't even elaborate how he missed at all. That's why I can't wait for this video to come out. Your aggressive conduct could have caused serious injury and clearly does not reflect the high standards of sportsmanship expected of a professional. That's only part of it, but that's the best one. That's the best segment of it. Oh, dude, that's just hilarious. The memo is what got me. I wasn't even going to bring it up, but then I read the memo and I was like, oh, this is nice. But once you and your opponent were in the end zone, trying so hard to keep that Tennessee player unnamed. So
I'll have
hard.
to find the replay because I haven't even heard of this or seen
He's
any
already
of it.
suspended one game for it.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, 3-punch combo. This one, the third one, is a doozy for me. I'm very conflicted by this one. Mike Evans. I'm sure everyone's heard about it. Every sports channel out there is talking about it.
I did see this one.
Yeah, Mike Evans. So, what's his name? Lattimore? Marcus?
Marshawn.
Marchant. M. Lattimore. Cornerback for the Saints, obviously. Was just kind of jawing at Tom Brady after one of the plays. And what was it, a lineman? No, it was Lenny Football. Lenny Football has his hands on Lattimore. He's already handling the issue at hand, which is a cornerback talking shit, which is what they should do, to the opposing team. Obviously, I know Lenny's doing what he should do and protect his quarterback. But Mike Evans was literally on his way to the bench. He almost has a foot on the white part of the sideline. He's literally almost on the sideline. He sees this, and I don't even think he sees it's Tom or anything. I don't think he gives a fuck. I think he gives a fuck that it's Lattimore, because him and Lattimore have had previous scuffles. Almost every time they meet, you can see them jawing, if not laying hands on each other every single time. So I think this is an excuse for Mike Evans just to go in there and run him over. But that's exactly what he does. He comes in like a bat out of hell, just kind of aggressive chest bump. It's not a full push because his hands don't extend. Just a very aggressive chest bump to Lattimore, and he goes flying. Then what gets me is that the ref flags him for it and everything. Obviously, you know there's going to be some penalties that come with it, a fine at minimum. And then you see Mike Evans say, "What do you want me to do? It's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady." And just repeats it to the ref. Like, it doesn't matter who the fuck it is. It does not matter. You can't run pretty much off the sideline. If you were officially on the bench and that happened like 2 seconds later, it would be considered coming off of the bench for a fight, would it not?
Yeah. Was he expecting the ref to like, oh, I'm sorry, Mike, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. It's
No
Tom.
flag.
And then picks up the flag.
There's no foul on the play.
He helps Lattimore up, be like, "Sorry, bud. What do you want me to do? It is Tom Brady."
Sorry, you lost this one.
But yeah, Mike Evans. So I mean, I'm conflicted. I don't know if it was really a bitch move because of the after, like, oh, it's Tom Brady, or was it a baller move to get a shot in on somebody you hate and then put the blame on the GOAT? So you tell me, people, fans, watchers, you tell me any which way. Leave it in the comments. Bitch move or baller, okay? I got to know if I'm adding him to the list of ballers, putting him on the wall of ballers. Let me know.
Coming up, we are going to be talking about the highs and lows, our personal highs and lows of last week's matchups. And we're also going to be having a one-sided, kind of a biased conversation. Make sure you check it out.
What's up, guys? You want to be a baller like me? Well, you can't, but what you can do is like and subscribe to videos of Ballers on a Budget. Release a video, maybe 2, every week. It's as easy as a free throw. Damn it.
All right, getting into our highs and the lows of football. Doesn't matter what it is. high or low of the football week. Does not matter. My high happens to be Miami in general. One hell of a comeback. I know that's only one comeback of the week. Well, that's one of three. We'll get into the other one here soon. But Miami's just incredible. Tua producing when all the doubters were there. Yeah, I know. The throws were short, like we all said they were going to be. But it was the coverage was so blown, it didn't matter. They had time to slow down, get the ball on the backside of them, and then turn around and still get to the end zone. Both times. Tua's just played incredible. 36 of 50, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns, mind you. There's only one other person that's done it so far this year, and that's Patrick Mahomes. Is anybody going to argue for Tua that he's on Mahomes' level now? No, but there's tons of weapons to give him these stats. He had 2 interceptions, but I mean, the first half of the game was real shaky for the Miami Dolphins. Going into halftime, it was 28-7. And then they had a huge comeback, outscored the Ravens 28-3 in the fourth quarter to win the game. Their comeback was surging, obviously, but Ravens come down, get a field goal themselves. They kind of stave them off like, okay, we're not out of this. We just scored ourselves. We're not going this whole fourth quarter scoreless. As long as we can hold the Ravens to a field goal, we at least can go into overtime and try to take it. Nope. Dolphins said, we don't want overtime. Tua's thrown this ball enough. Let's get it done in this drive, and that's exactly what they do. Incredible. The replays are incredible by Tua. Numerous third down after third down, very crucial on every single drive. Amazing passes to pick up the first down or just downright get the damn touchdown. That one in the back of the end zone to, I think, Gesicki. Crazy good. And then there was another one where he's in the pocket, he's looking. It looks like Waddle's wide open. But if you rewind it a little bit, Waddle stepped out of bounds. He was pushed out of bounds, and Waddle knows that. So Waddle's kind of signaling like, no, I'm not an eligible receiver. You throw it to me, it's not going to count anyways. Tua was smart enough to know, don't hit the insanely wide open man. He's not eligible. Let's hit the guy who's slightly wide open. Let's just get it to him and him only. And he does. Crazy play. I mean, I couldn't think that fast. It would take me a day and a half to think of that. Like I'd already long throw it to him and I'd be arguing with the ref. Like what's going on? It's a beautiful play. That's why Tua's in the NFL and I'm not. But yeah, I don't think it was a bad move by Baltimore defensively. I think just Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, the crazy duo. Let me mention that real fast. Tyreek Hill, 11 receptions, 190 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Great day for my fantasy boy. You know I love that. And then Jalen Waddle, also 11 receptions, 171 yards, and also 2 touchdowns. This is the best receiving core in the league. And I'm just really mentioning these 2. But then you throw Mike Gesicki, a damn good tight end, if he would get his targets. That's crazy. There's nowhere he can't go. And it's not like their running backs can't catch out of the backfield. Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds. They can both catch. So I think this Miami team is on par with top 5 teams. So when I redo my power ranking, look for them to shoot up. Not heroin or anything. Just shoot up the power ranking. Jeez. What do you got for the high, Corey? I'm interested.
Yeah, I agree. That comeback is probably the best comeback of the week. But I'm focusing on, for my highlight, the Buffalo Bills, the easy team to be focusing on right now. In the offseason, obviously, they had the addition of Von Miller, which made this defense even better than it was last year. Miller's got 2 sacks, 5 tackles, and a pass deflection in 2 games. Doesn't seem like a ton, but it's his presence alone that is making this defense even better than we thought it was going to be. They held Derrick Henry to 25 rush yards. What was it? Was it a Monday night game? Yeah, I think it was a Monday night game. Sunday? I don't know. Last week. They held him to 25 total yards. Derrick Henry. Yeah, he's coming off of being injured, but it's still King Henry. 2 games now, both of their games, with 31 points or more. 31-1. I think it was like, what, 41 in the Tennessee game?
Yeah.
Their starters only had to play 2.5 quarters in that game. That's crazy. Imagine if they played the other, what is it, quarter and a half. It'd be a 70-point game. That's nuts. Their next 3 games, I was looking at their schedule. They play the Dolphins. You just talked about them. They ended up giving up 38 points. And it's a division game, which will be a good thing for Buffalo. Because I think the Dolphins are ahead right now because they have a – do they have a division win? I don't know. They play the Ravens, who against the Dolphins gave up 42 points. And they play a Steelers defense who, without TJ Watt, cannot get to the quarterback. Looking at the rest of their schedule, I would say they got to have one of the easiest schedules out there. Got to be top 5 easiest schedule in the NFL. And I think this year's Bills team could literally win every single one of them, and it wouldn't surprise many people. I wouldn't say a single person, but one person would chime up and say, "Oh, I was shocked." No, you weren't. Calm down. But those are my highlights, or that was my highlight. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills could be a one every single week for these guys, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's hard to picture a team right now beating them because they've went up against good defenses. They've went up against the other high-powered offense, you want to call it, offenses. So it's hard to picture a team really beating them with how they're blowing the teams out of the water right now that they've already faced.
Yeah.
So yeah, should be a cakewalk for them, but is the expectations too high? Now that they've came out and set a standard, what if they play next game and they only win by 3?
The media will have a field day.
Exactly.
Oh, disappointing Buffalo. Like it's just what they do.
Is the plane finally landing? Is it coming down?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the lows, the disappointing part of this segment. This is where it goes downhill from here, guys. Just so you guys know. So start drinking. My low is the Tennessee Titans, man. What is going on? They're not looking like the team we watched last year go to the playoffs. Derrick Henry wasn't even the lead rusher last night. They made sure to try to get him the ball. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't produce. They could not get him to produce. And they were down big. So obviously, you're not going to run it it's not going to be your focal point anymore. Your focal point is going to be to get downfield quick, save as much time. And that in drops, the unfortunate part of passing is drops and incompletions. The good side when you need time is it stops the clock in those situations. So you got to play the pass game more so, especially in the situation they were pretty quick. It was a good game for like the first 2 drives each team, and then Tennessee I know Buffalo's good, but that game just looked like Tennessee had more woes than Buffalo had woes. You know what I mean, bro? Sorry, high moment. But Tannehill, only 117 and 2 interceptions, and he only threw the ball 20 times. They rushed overall more than they threw it. Obviously, they normally do, but being down this much, you think they would try to go all out arm, but no. Hassan Haskins, 9 attempts, Derrick Henry, 13. I mean, Hassan had 37 yards, Derrick Henry had 25. So it's not a lack of trying. You just don't produce. And then in the situation they're in, they can't give it to him first, second, and third like you almost game plan to. Tennessee like it fathoms me the time of possession between each team is not far off. It's only by like 3 minutes. But then you look, the stats are so weird to me in this game because you look at the stats. Josh Allen had 26 for 38, and they ran the ball just as much team wise as Tennessee. But yet the time of possession's about the same. Obviously, I know there's 4 turnovers to 0. That's the biggest thing in the whole game. 4 turnovers to Buffalo 0. But it just baffles me as like, you're struggling. You're drowning in the water by halftime. Third quarter's an onslaught. You think fourth quarter, Tannehill's going to throw 20 times at minimum. You know what I mean? I just don't think they clearly were trying to get back in this game as hard as they wanted to. I think this year is going to be just like a pass year for them. They don't even care if they make the playoffs this year.
No, I think I would agree with you. It didn't look like they were putting up that much of a fight. I don't know. Maybe Buffalo did end up looking a little better.
I mean, well, Buffalo's good too, but then you look and they had the same issues with the Giants last week. It's not Buffalo looks leaps and bounds better than everyone right now. But Titans just look like they're imploding. That's my problem with them. I mean, even against the Giants, Tannehill looked decent, but Henry only had 82 yards. That's not the Henry we always know, and they lost by a field goal. It's the Giants, and you're struggling to win, needing a game-winning field goal. Like, I don't know. People are questioning if Henry's slowing down. I know there's a theory of the whole workhorse. You get so many rushes, and it's just, it doesn't matter what age you are, you're done. They usually say the age is 30, but we know that's debunked. Is it the carries? This game racks my brain. I only got to watch half of it, but the first half because I ended up passing out. But it just racks my brain. They were letting punts bounce off their chest and stuff. Like, it was just every time I turn my head and look away and I look back at the TV, the Tennessee done turned it over. So, I mean, I'm done thinking about this game. I'm ready to watch them implode the rest of the season and be right because I don't see where they go up from here. They got rid of their best receiver in the offseason, and if they don't have Henry, they got nothing.
Are you ready for my low light? The one you do not know about yet?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to get real depressing if he's this excited for a low light.
He's done with Tennessee. I am moving on too. I'm sure you've seen it. This isn't even a matchup. It's not a game that was played over the last week. This was something that I saw. I don't remember where I saw it. Facebook, maybe. Probably scrolling through there or something. Did you see the Eli Manning thing? So basically, he went undercover boss. Dude put on a weird looking disguise.
I seen the picture in the headline. I did not click into it. He looked like a human Squidward.
Exactly. So he goes, where was it? Penn State. He goes undercover as a walk on in Penn State, for Penn State, at Penn State, whatever word you want to put there. It was Penn State. First of all, dude looks like Trevor Lawrence's grandfather. And he's I think he said he was like 26 or something. Dude was clearly 40.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I said. Like, I was like, that has to be an old ass walk on.
So this is funny to me just because I have no idea what it was for. He ran a 40 while he was there. He was taking warm-up snaps, talking with the other walk-ons who were, trying to get a spot.
A real spot.
Yeah, and he was just there. And they said he ran a 40 at 5'9", a 5'9" 40-yard dash. Now, let me
Yeah,
tell
they
you
didn't
this.
get that confused with his height, did he? Did they?
Let me tell you this, though. 2004. So that would be what, 18 years ago? That's a long time.
If math is
2004,
real.
when he was drafted, it said he ran a 4.9, which that's pretty quick for me because I would run a 40 in like 6 minutes.
6 minutes. He's hitting the concession stand in between.
So, I mean, to only drop a full second in 18 years, that part's pretty good. I like that. I'm impressed, to be honest with you.
Right.
And knowing who it is, it's Eli. I'm impressed.
That's
So,
not bad when you put it into that perspective. Because
exactly, right?
you said 18 years
And it's Eli.
and he looks like Squidward and he
So
only slowed
basically,
down a second.
yeah. So basically, what they're saying is Squidward ran a 5'9" 40. But again, my biggest question is I read several articles, I watched the videos, the highlights, or whatever you want to call them, and they don't tell you why he did it. I don't know if he was there just to kind of chat up some of the people.
Yeah,
But
that's
here's
what I was wondering. Because undercover boss, you go in to fire someone.
with a purpose, yeah, or give somebody free college or something.
I think he was missing the playing days and wanted to hop in at a college to make himself feel good. You can't hop in on the NFL.
Exactly. So this is why it's a low light. Is because you had no purpose in doing this. You were just bored and wanted to have a little bit of fun. So here's what you should have done. People are actually trying to get a spot. You have tons of money, right? Put up $1,000, $2,000 saying, hey, whoever plays better than me or whoever I think plays the best, I know you're undercover, but go there for a reason. Create a
Who
little
wants to face
competition.
Squidward in a throw off? Let's go.
Yeah. Create that competition. I don't know the word. I was going to say excel. Kind of motivate these guys to do as good as they possibly can to get that spot and get to where you are.
Now, was there a reveal at the end?
They never showed it. So for all I know, Squidward came in, ran a 40, threw some passes, and left as Squidward.
Yeah. As I'm like, if he just didn't even reveal himself, there was no point. He just
That's
wanted
what
to
I'm
play.
saying. Like, I would assume that he revealed, hey, it's your boy Eli coming to talk to you
It makes
or
sense,
something.
hey, bro, it's me, Eli. Hand out maybe a ticket or two. I don't know if you can pay
Motivational
them like
speech.
what you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. But you could have motivated these people to try harder and get that spot because you know how it was. You know how hard you had to compete to get even a spot on the team.
Right.
You want to do good. I can see you want to do good. I don't know what the purpose of this was. Got to do better. Got to do better.
Yeah, that is weird, but it's funny at the same time.
So that's why it was my low light. We are going to be jumping into biased nights. Cody would normally have one of these, but he's going to be talking about his biases a little differently this week. So I've got one for you. Obviously, Steelers fan. And let's be honest, as soon as Ben left, retired, and it was between Mason and we knew we were going to have to draft a quarterback. I didn't know we were getting Trubisky yet. I don't have a lot of hope for this season. So literally the only thing that I want out of this year for Tomlin's sake is to not have a losing record. That's all I want. He hasn't had one in 15 years that he's been coaching. I don't want it to be this year.
It needs to be this year.
It does not. So look at their 2 games. They have not looked that great in these past 2 games. The defense, when they played Cincy week 1, played out of their mind. We knew they weren't bad. We knew they were pretty good. But they played better than expectations week 1, but it came with a cost. TJ Watt, who is now out with a torn pec for several weeks. I forget how long he'll be out. He's on the IR, so he'll be out for a little while. This offense, though, week 1 and week 2, lackluster as could be. Najee finished last year with almost 1,000 yards. So we're thinking he's going to do pretty good. This offense cannot move the ball in any direction, whether it's the right direction or backwards. Probably couldn't even do that. They're 28th in passing. They're 26th in the rush, averaging 83 yards per game on the ground. Now, I said they're 28th in passing. Trubisky's longest pass against New England, which was Sunday, 23 yards.
Yeah, that's rough.
You're supposed to be the guy. You're supposed to be the guy stepping in.
How soon till Kenny comes in?
I'll get there. Literally, my next line is, so the big question is, 1, do you make a change at quarterback? And 2, if so, when? Knowing Tomlin, who's a coach who does not make any snap decisions, I don't care what it is. Dude could be ordering a pizza, and if they ask him if he wants free garlic bites with it, dude's taking 6 minutes to figure it out. So, knowing him, I'm gonna say 5 or 6 games before he even thinks about it. Before he finally goes in the game, the post game interview, and says, "Hey, we need to figure something out. Something's got to change here." Knowing that, he will also know that a change does not and will not guarantee you any wins, which is why I think he'll take so long to switch over. Now they have the Browns coming up this Thursday, Jets, and the Bills. I'm not looking forward to a single game. Well, I love football. For the Steelers' sake, I'm not looking forward to any of those games. Literally anything can happen. You know
I'll
that.
watch, but I'll be pissed off the whole time. No, okay. My main question for you is, coming into the year, you knew it was kind of a half rebuild year, and you knew the other teams in this NFC North division, AFC North, sorry, is lightweight stacked. So through 2 games, you're 1-1. Your defense has played lights out. You have a little bit of injuries. Your offense is not looking the best, and it's exactly how we predicted. You can't get your runs because your offensive line sucks, and you can't pass due to an addition of offensive line, quarterback. So we kind of knew all that was going to happen. We didn't know the outcomes. So I thought you'd come in 0-2, to be honest. So do you feel you're ahead of expectations right now? Being 1-1 and having the insanely lackluster passing, a lackluster offense, but stellar defense.
No, to be honest, I thought we'd be exactly where we are. I thought we were going to lose against Cincy, but still beat the Patriots. That's what the Steelers do. They flip the script however they see fit. So I as of right now, through 2 games, I am where I thought we were going to be 2 games in. But we lost TJ in the early game, and that's just going to screw us up. And like I said, Steelers can't get to the quarterback without TJ on the line. So I think that's going to kind of set everything back a little bit. Once he gets back in, I think we'll do okay. But I'm just praying for 8 and oh geez, I almost said 8-8. Give me an 8-8. Give me 8-8-1 again. I don't care.
No, as a Browns fan and as an outsider looking at Pittsburgh for so long, that's all you see. That's all I know Pittsburgh to do is winning seasons. And being on the opposite spectrum of that as a Browns fan, I kind of want this year to be your guys' losing season because once you guys get a quarterback, it doesn't go back to losing for you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to see it anytime soon, I think it needs to happen this year. I think it will, which I do, but we'll see, boy.
We will see. So all biases aside, make sure you stay tuned because Cody is going to tell you who to blame and why. He also has something else to say that you're not going to want to miss.
Okay, there's 2 games I want to pick for the blame game this week. The first one, obviously, the Bengals. What's wrong with them? What's going on, guys? You guys were so high-powered last year. What happened now? On the year, Joe Burrow so far, almost dead last on the list between players that are relevant. Josh Allen is up here, but he's on a different talent level, apparently. And Cooper Rush is up here. Small sample size, 1 game. Decent game, but he did well, unlike Joe Burrow on this list. But 2.2 seconds between pocket time. That's from time the ball is snapped to the time either A, the defense pressures you, or B, you throw the ball. Joe Burrow's getting pressured and taking that pressure not very well. Thanks, offensive line. Obviously, 13 sacks and 10 knockdowns already. 2 games. I heard he's on pace for 111 sacks this year. Obviously, it's not going to be the same. They played the Rams and Dallas. 2 good pass rushing defenses. Great pass rushing defenses. So, I'm not saying you can't fault him, but you fault the offensive line for damn sure. And I think 17, don't quote me exactly, but it's around 17 rated bad passes by Joe Burrow. So, I mean, that's not saying much. I think Tom Brady had 12 or 15. So, I don't know exactly what rates it as a bad pass, but he has 17 of them. Moving on down the list, Joe Mixon. Does he have some to blame? He only has 3 yards per attempt, averaging over 20 carries a game. Has 7 tackles for a loss. Another chalk up for offensive line as well. The yards per attempt could be chalk up for offensive line. Joe Mixon's a steady 1,000-yard rusher. So I'm putting all of this blame so far on the offensive line. But you can have a bad offensive line and still win games. Their defense is not getting it done either. The defense has only 2 sacks on the year and 1 turnover off of a forced fumble. So, yeah. I mean, they let this Cowboys score on the opening drive and the drive right after that. So both 2 for 2 when they stepped on the field offensively, getting the most they could unless they went for 2-point conversions. They only scored a field goal, and that's all the points that was in the first half. Well, 2 more field goals. My bad. The first turnover of the season, like I mentioned earlier, for the fumble. Then they go 3 and out, getting 0 yards off of that. You got to capitalize off these turnovers. Their team's going to give it to you, or you're going to take it away. You got to make it count, or it's for nothing. It's just for yard ball placement after that. 19-7, Bengals down going into the 4th against the Cowboys. Then the tables get turned. They throw a passing touchdown to Higgins and then a successful 2-point conversion to Tyler Boyd. They're looking like they're get something moving. You know what I mean? They bring the score to 17-17, only to be beat by a Cowboys field goal as time expires. Cooper Rush played decent down the stretch, getting them in field goal range. Maher did the rest. What's going on, Cowboys? I mean, what's going on, Bengals? That's 2 losses in a row to field goals, I know. But the rest of the game, what's up with that? And they didn't play the Rams first game. I apologize. It is the Steelers. They played the Steelers' amazing pass rush. So, I don't know. I'm putting the blame on the defense partially because, the defense partially lost them the Super Bowl too. But the defense also helped them get to the Super Bowl off of interceptions and turnovers and whatnot. The things they're not creating right now. So right now I'm putting the blame on the defense and the offensive line. Same thing that lost you the Super Bowls. The same thing that lost you these 2 games right now. They're glaring kinks in the armor, chinks in the armor, whatever you want to say. Then my next blame game is obviously the one I hate to talk about, don't want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about. The Browns. A lot of this game comes down to the final seconds. A lot of it, but you cannot take off that. There's 3 quarters before the 4th. Everyone says the ball game starts at half. No, the ball game starts as soon as the first opening kickoff. Come on. So in the first half, they had their issues. Jets' first scoring touchdown drive, as soon as they got out there. Good for them. We're looking good. Joe Flacco shredded us up. And it really wasn't Joe Flacco. I mean, Joe Flacco was a lot of this game. I hated seeing him back when he was with the Ravens. I hate seeing him when he's with another team. He has a good overall record against Cleveland Browns. It sucks, yeah. Good players will have that against teams like us. But opening drive, 3rd and 9, there's a flag on Myles Garrett. Makes it a manageable 3rd and 4 now. They end up picking up the first down. Midfield, we put them at a 4th and 2. Thinking they're going to punt. They pull off a fake punt. Pass. End up hauling it in. Pick up the first down. Then 3rd and 2. Again, for the 3rd time this drive. Breece Hall. 23-yard run. Then again, goal line. 3rd and goal. Garrett Wilson. Passing touchdown. So they went 3 for 4 on 3rd downs. And then picking up the 4th down on there. So game-altering downs, they were perfect on. They don't pick up a first down. They're normally either going to punt or hold them to field goals. And they ended up extending it to get the most out of that drive, which was a touchdown for Garrett Wilson, who ended up just going off this game. Garrett Wilson. I hate when Ohio State players destroy Cleveland. I hate it. They should be playing for Cleveland. Come on. And then after our D forces a fumble, good there. We go 3 and out that play. There was a 33-yard run by Chubb that did get called back due to a hold. So that nullified it, obviously, and then we shit the bed the rest of the plays. Kicked it right away. Again, just like the Bengals didn't capitalize off of a turnover, which were both forced fumbles. Under 2 minutes, Flacco carves us up, and then they score a touchdown before the half. Then we come down to 2:30 left in the 4th. Roughly 2:30. That's where things get crucial again. The 3rd was a snooze fest, only 1 field goal. But then in the 4th is where it surprisingly picked up. And then we picked it up anyways. And then 2:30 is where the Jets picked it up. And we just dropped it. We dropped it right in front of their feet, and they picked it up. 2:30 left in the 4th quarter. Cleveland, we're up 24-17. We're sitting good. We need to kill time. We have the ball currently. We go, run the ball, obviously. Hunt picks up the first down, but he runs out of bounds. At first, watching the game, you're like, shoot, that sucks. But he picked up the first down. We're going to keep the ball moving. We're going to keep the time moving. That's the whole point. That's the only thing we need to do. But he runs out of bounds. Where was I? 2:09. Jets already burned all 3 of their timeouts. stopping the clock, which is exactly what you want. They have their timeouts. You want them to burn those so when you pick up the next first down, you're kneeling it from there. There's almost landmarks when you go. You get the ball with 2-3 minutes left, 4, depending on the score. You want to just tick time away? You run the ball. Get them to use timeouts. Or if not, you're using the clock. Force their hand. We forced them. Got all 3 timeouts. That's a one good thing we did. But then after that, it's all completely fucking skyrocketing downhill from here. Because Hunt picks up a first down again before the 2-minute warning, but he was pushed out of bounds. If he would have just sat down as soon as he got 10 yards, or not even 10 yards, just pick up 9, 8, whatever, put us in a good position. If he could have sat down, boom, stops the clock. It doesn't stop the clock. It forces the 2-minute warning to stop the clock. And then there, it's just free rolling time. Free rolling. That's it. But no, we run out of bounds again. And again, looking at this game, we're driving downfield good. We're picking up first downs. You're like, damn it, Hunt. Get out. Stay in bounds. But whatever. We still got this. No, we didn't. Again, and as time literally ticks past the 2-minute warning, like we didn't even get the play to stop the clock for the 2-minute warning. The clock stops because Chubb runs into the end zone, which last year he did this. We were going to win a game. Instead, I had him in fantasy. Trust me, I had him in fantasy this week too. It was good this week, bad last year, but I still wish you would have downed the ball. You down the ball, boom. That's the end of the game. That's like, the third time we could have ended this game already? But we didn't? Chubb runs it into the touchdown. Whatever. That sucks. Now we just have to watch their offense struggle with no timeouts. A rolling clock with under 2 minutes. Down 2 possessions. That's what the scenario was at that moment. Like 1:55 left on the clock. We gave it back to them, and we were up big. By 2 scores. 13 points to be exact. 2 plays into the when we gave them the ball back, 2 plays, we blow coverage, somehow gets mixed up. Looks like Denzel Ward is going to be on the receiving end of that bad stat of insanely god-awful puke in my lap. Or no, better yet, puke in my fucking hat and then put the hat fucking back on type of mistake. Blows coverage, 66-yard touchdown to the old man Corey Davis. Like, the dude hasn't been relevant in the league for how long? He's been bouncing around. Not even bouncing around. He's just been sticking and staying put and then not doing nothing. Corey Davis, 66-yard touchdown. I'm not sure, don't quote me, but I think that was his only catch on the day. Only memorable catch on the day. The rest of it was Garrett Wilson carving us up. Okay, that's cool. They score a touchdown, whatever. This sucks. Now we play the percentage game. Recover this onside kick. We know they're going to onside kick it. They don't have timeouts. They're down by 6 points. They're desperate. Obviously, they're going to onside kick it. They do. They fake it to the right. Instead, kick it to the left. Our guys can't get a hold on it. The ball sits on the ground way too long. Like, within the time it takes them to kick the onside kicked ball, 20, 15 yards at most, it felt like the ball was bouncing around, getting kicked around for more than 10 minutes on that floor. You had enough time to literally feel yourself perspirate in the moment. You felt your pores opened up and then the sweat poured out. Oh, it was an awful feeling. And then when the 2 bodies went to the floor and one was the Brown, one was a Jet, it looked like the Jet was more on top of it, and you just knew it was downhill from here. Being a Browns fan, you know our plane crashes don't explode on impact on the ground. We explode spontaneously, combustion style, 30 feet above ground, so that it's even worse. It's that much. We explode, and then our pieces hit the ground. That's how the Browns ruin our days. All the time, in us fans, we're used to it. We implode before the end of the game. Whatever. They get the onside kick. Jets drive down the field. They use hurry-ups. They ran out of bounds twice. They did what they had to do to face 2 opponents. Our defense and the clock. We had 2 opponents on offense. Their defense and the clock. We beat their defense. We didn't fucking beat the clock. We beat ourselves. Touchdown pass, Garrett Wilson. I think it left us with like 16 seconds. We go down 2 plays. The first one looked good. Jacoby Brissett scramble for 21 yards. We're looking decent. Like, we're sitting at a couple touchdowns. I can't remember exactly how much at that moment. Still had a timeout or two. 21 yards downfield. We're looking at 20 yards maybe to get into position for a field goal. Next play, deep pass intended for Amari Cooper. Got picked off. I can't remember by who, but Jets win the game. They end up sliding it out. Game over. It is what it is. Jets just turned what was a 1% chance to come back and win the game to they won the game, they proved doubters wrong, and now they're in the history books forever. Because nobody, after watching that Browns game, is going to be stupid enough with the clock again. We were dumb. We weren't dumb. We knew the clock. We just thought they couldn't beat the odds, and they beat the odds. That's what people do. That's what humans do. We beat odds. That's what we always do. The improbable gets done every damn time, and we don't plan for it? Come on. I blame this one on the coaching staff and our defense. So, defense, step it the fuck up. That's the third time you've blown a pass plus bigger than 60 yards. Like, what the fuck? Safeties are supposed to be deeper than the deepest person, right? I've never even played football officially on a field, a ton of backyard, and I know that. Like, shit. Blame game. All right. So, next up, we got the NFL Week 3 preview, but I want to kind of do something different, Corey. We're going to take a look at the scoreboard, whatever you want to call it, all the games, and we'll take turns going first. You call out a matchup, I'll call out a matchup. But with that matchup call out, one word that's going to sum up the game.
How about we do one sentence, one word? I think it's going to be a lot of repeat one words.
Technically, I can make a 20-word sentence.
One short sentence.
I don't believe in periods, dude. Nothing but commas all day. I think one word, it gets tricky because then you got to pick your word really wisely. You can't just use a like run.
Yeah, I just don't want these words. There's going to be a lot of awkward silence.
There might be, but I'll start with the first one. Texans. You know which one I'm talking about. We'll do that one together. Last. Texans at Chicago. Chicago. Not Chicago. Chicago. They changed the name. Texans at Chicago. My one word. Dog water.
I mean, technically that's two.
No, if you're talking trash to someone, dog water is one word. You're calling someone your dog water. So it's one word. You're not saying like your dog water.
All right. Well, I don't like this one word.
And I'm taking the Bears too. Sorry. Pick who you're selecting.
I don't like this one word. I'm just going to go two. Possible upset, but I'm still taking Bears at home.
Possible upset, but you're taking Bears. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I forgot we were switching off. How many are we limiting these, or are we going?
What do you mean?
Like, are we picking only 5?
No, we'll go through the whole week.
Okay. Chiefs and Colts. I'm gonna say finally. Oh.
Ooh, that means he's alluding toward the Colts finally doing something.
No, even though they're at home, still taking Chiefs. We're just gonna say 3. See, I don't like those one word stuff.
Ooh. Yeah, for Chiefs and Colts, I gotta say
There's that awkward silence.
yeah, I know. Blowout. It's a common word, easy, but I mean, Chiefs and Colts. It's gonna be a blowout. Next up, we'll go Lions at Vikings. I'm gonna say swiftly. The Lions will get this done swiftly on the back of Swift.
You're taking the Lions?
Yeah.
Wow.
Lions are impressive this year, bro.
Yeah, I understand. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with your S word. I'm gonna say stutter step. I'm going Vikings.
You say that because of Jay Jeff, huh?
Well, I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah, I'm thinking the Monday night game against who was it? The Eagles,
Yeah.
where they got smashed. A little bit of a stutter step. They get back on track here.
Oh, okay. Okay, I like it. See, it's kind of a one word, then we're alluding with a couple sentences.
So we best of both worlds, I guess.
Hannah Montana.
Oh, mine. Um, so I'll go back up to the Saints and Panthers. Here's where I was going to go with yours. I was going to say swiftly on that last one as well, which is weird.
Ooh.
I'm going to say smoothly. Saints get it done.
You know, I gotta keep riding with this wagon. And I think the wagon is all centered around why this team's gonna lose. And my word is Baker. Baker, not that Baker's doing incredibly terrible or anything, but he's gonna be put on notice that he can't be the winner of games when it's all on him.
So you're taking the Saints too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we got Raiders at Titans. Oh, this one I'm gonna say 2 words. Vroom vroom. For Derek Carr, baby. He gonna drive all over him.
Yeah, they're both 0-2. I'm going to say interesting because I want to see how the Titans react after that terrible loss against Buffalo.
Yeah. You and
Let's
the
move.
fans are lucky, dude. I about shoved a whole bunch of French fries in my mouth at the worst time.
Bengals and Jets. I'm going 2 words. I'm going to say first win. Bengals. Oh, I didn't tell you who I was taking last.
Oh yeah, who are you taking?
You
Raiders or
took
Titans?
Titans.
I took Raiders.
They're at home. What?
I took Raiders.
Oh, I did not hear that.
Vroom vroom. Derek Carr is gonna drive all over him.
I thought you said Henry, Derek Henry, which made that
Oh.
sense. Um, yeah, but I agree. I think the Raiders are going to squeak this one out. But Bengals and Jets, I'm taking Bengals for their first win.
Yeah, I gotta take your word from earlier. Finally, Bengals get their win, and I'm realizing I'm taking a lot of away games right now.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Dunzo. Okay, Bills at Dolphins. This is gonna be the game to watch. First off, so this is hard. So many things you want to say about this game.
Yeah.
Just going to go with duo. The Dolphin duo. Watch for them again. I know Buffalo's been highly touted and everything, but this is going to be their first, not first, but first offensive big test. I know they already played Rams and Cooper Cup and everything, but like that was opening day. The jitters are all worn off. Dolphins are coming into theirs, and Bills' expectations are too high. I think Dolphins are going to, I don't know if they're going to win, but they're going to cover the spread. I'll give you guys that, okay? The line sits at 6. They're going to cover the spread, and my word is duo.
Who are you taking?
I'm not picking a winner.
Okay.
I told you, Buffalo's going to cover the spread at 6.
Okay, so I agree with everything you said. I'm going to say leaders or leadership, one of those two. It doesn't matter, because this will determine who leads that division. I do think Dolphins have a good chance because they're the only team in that division who knows how to beat the Bills.
This is going to be a hell of a game, and it sucks that it's buried in the 1 o'clock games too.
I'm taking the Bills.
Oh yeah, I figured you would.
Yeah.
I mean, for our money line pick'ems, I'm gonna take the Bills. Obviously, you got to ride with them.
Yeah.
Percentages, baby. But I'm also gonna place a bet for Bills to cover the spread at 6. So, all right.
My pick. I don't know. I don't think we've done this one. Eagles and Commanders.
Nope.
I'm just gonna say fly. That's it. Fly. I think Eagles are. I think the Commanders will put up a better fight than expected, but in the end, fly Eagles fly.
No, I think this is a blowout from the Eagles, and my word is pain. Because that's what they're gonna do. Commanders are gonna feel is pain because Hurts is on the other side. So,
All right.
next up, let's go. Oh, I don't want to do that one. Well, I got to do it anyways. Let's get it over with. Ravens at Patriots. This one's going to be weird. I'm going to say defense. I don't think it's a high scoring game. The over and under sits at 43.5. I don't think it goes to that.
Taking who?
I'm taking the Ravens, but
Okay.
low scoring game.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm gonna say resurrection. They were down in the dumps after that crazy comeback from Miami. I think they go to Foxborough and put up a good fight against the easily handled Patriots.
Easily handled. There you have it.
Jaguars and Chargers. I'm just gonna say surprise, because I think the Jaguars do put up a good fight. And I haven't seen the status of Justin Herbert. He's on your team. I know you know.
That's my word. Is questionable.
Yeah. I think they put up a good fight, but I still have to take the Chargers on this one because they have a ton of weapons.
Oh, I'm taking Chargers all day. I don't think this game is within 7. I wouldn't say it's a blowout, but it's going to be more than a 1-score game. If, big word right there, questionable, if, whatever you want to call my word, it's all going to hinge on Justin Herbert being healthy. If he plays, I think they're going to do fine.
Who's his backup if he doesn't?
Oh, good. Who knows?
I'm going to look it up real quick. You can pick your next one.
Chase Daniel and Easton Stick.
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind of screwed.
Come on, Herbie.
All right, my next one is Rams at Cardinals. This one is humble. Kyler Murray slipped out with a tight one the other night. Crazy, good comeback game. I get it. But you guys weren't meant to win. It was a walk-off fumble recovery in overtime. So I'm taking Rams in this one, and my word is humbled.
Yeah, I would agree. Even though the Cardinals last year did take both of the games against them, I don't know why.
Don't shake it.
I know.
I'm gonna say slow. I think this is gonna be a slow game. This will be the game that feels like it takes 6-7 hours to be over. But at Cardinals, I think I agree though. I gotta go Rams.
Oh yeah, dude. I feel like I'm the Hunchback of Notre Dame over here, bro.
So you were mentioning something about you're saving a game for the end.
Yep.
I don't know what game that is, to be honest with you.
You should.
Is it the one you skipped?
Yeah, long ago. I've been kind of hopping around, but
Oh, fuck. You've been going right down my list.
oh, really?
Yeah.
You've been hopping around on my list.
Oh, Jesus.
You got the next one or do I? Now you got me confused.
I do.
Okay.
That's why I'm scared. I'm just going to play it safe. Falcons and Seahawks.
Yep, you're gold.
Okay. Gino. I'm going to say Gino. I think this defense doesn't do well against, as in the Falcons defense. I don't think they do well in this game versus the Cordarrelle Patterson kind of offense there. But I think they squeak it out.
Yeah, my word's gonna be Pitts because he's been literally a fantasy pit hole.
Yeah, he has.
So I think this is the game where he breaks out. Seahawks aren't good. They're favored to win. Probably the one time they're gonna be this season.
Oh, I think you're right.
The line's gonna be wrong.
You know why? I just took Pitts out of the lineup.
And that's why the line. That's why
he'll break out this game.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yep.
Like Vegas changed the line because you took Pitts out of your lineup. Okay. All right. Mine, I will go 49ers and Broncos. The late game on Sunday. This one I gotta go with G. G stands for a couple things. Jimmy G. He's a G gangster. Aim winner. Like, they're going to realize Jimmy G's the quarterback they wanted all along. And then now in his contract, I seen he has incentives when he comes in. If he comes in and plays more than a half or something, he gets so many thousand. I can't remember the exact numbers. And then if he wins that game he came in and played, he gets an extra bonus. That's so much incentive for him. I know they're already incentivized enough by millions and millions of dollars to win games, and they're incentivized to improve their own contracts. But that just sounds like a move to where, like, if I was at work for 1 year or something, not like I normally am right now, it's just paycheck hourly. But if I got paid piece rate for a year, you best believe I'm going to be the best damn worker for that whole year.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to realize what I took for granted doing hourly. But for this year, I'm going to fucking perform my dick off. And I think that's what Jimmy G's going to do with the 49ers.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Everything you said about Jimmy G. I'm going to say in 2 words, stop playing. What are you doing with Jimmy G? Clearly, I don't know why they have it twisted that Jimmy G is not as good as Trey Lance. You got it backwards, son.
Here's the situation right now. It's the 49ers in the relationship. It's like Jimmy G's that backup girlfriend. And right now, Trey Lance is the main girlfriend, but the main girlfriend isn't paying attention to him much.
Yeah, she's broke and has another side piece.
She's depressed over, yeah, she's depressed and down in the dumps over her side piece. So
Yeah.
you don't get to have her. So then you got to go to your backup anyways. It's the
Yeah.
backup you dumped earlier to get with your main chick. And then it fucked you over in the end, and you still got to go back to the main chick. That's the type of shame you have to walk back to your ex with. And
Yeah,
that's what the 49ers franchise is going to realize.
And she's got a good job and a lot of money.
Yep. And then now, since Jimmy G's coming back, he's gonna get wins for him. It's like your ex-girlfriend comes back with like new unprecedented blowjob skills. So now you're like, where did you learn this? Because you didn't have it earlier in the relationship before I dumped you.
No,
Now I'm gonna
we-
get you back with this insane skill, and now you're just gonna be a jealous guy. That's what
wish we
49ers are gonna be like. Now they're gonna be mad that they let go of him in the first place. And then this year, at the end of this year, when they lose him, and now they're gonna realize, oh, we want him long term, he's not gonna want him.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
I'll take my mouth and my sucking skills elsewhere.
I wish we could animate just that Jimmy G segment.
That would be nice. Sean, get on it.
So
About
we
my
got
next one.
two matchups left. Is the matchup you're trying to save Monday?
No, it's Thursday. We already passed it long, long ago.
Oh,
In a galaxy far away. But no,
Which
my
one?
next one is it's
Oh.
fine. I'll be able to introduce it. Well, it'll be your last one you introduce. So yeah.
so yeah, the next one that we skipped for some reason is Packers at Bucks.
Yep.
And that's the one I thought we were saving for the end for some reason.
No, I don't give a damn about this game.
I didn't think so. Brady. Gotta say Brady. He's at home. Both have about the same kind of receiving squad. Mike Evans isn't there. That kind of bumps it down again. But the Packers do have a little bit of a leg up in the run game. But I'm gonna say Brady. Go Bucks.
You gonna say Brady?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to look at the rush defense for the Packers because I think without Mike Evans, I think they're going to want to rely on Lenny football. So I want to look at just their rush defense.
No, this ain't written in stone.
No, it's not, but I wanted to get an accurate depiction of my word. The word I'm going to pick here is it's going to be two word. It's running backs. I think both running backs are going to be very crucial in this game. And it's going to be a high scoring game, I think.
Nah.
I don't think Bucks will get out to a slow start like they did before. And I think Packers are finally, they always lose that first game. It's Aaron Rodgers' relaxed game. So I think it's going to be thumbs up for the running backs. And I think the running backs both are going to have over 100 yards. Aaron Jones and Lenny. It's going to be a high score, but running backs, two words from me.
And the pick is
My pick is 49ers at Broncos. This is the Monday night game.
What? No, who are you picking to fucking win the game?
Oh,
Packers or Bucks?
yeah, that's a good question. And this is why I wanted to look up the defense because the line is so close. And normally when the lines are close, it's normally split even. And then the home team gets a 3-point advantage just for being at home. So the line sits for Buccaneers having it at home at 1. You take away home advantage and it goes to the Green Bay Packers. I don't really believe in home advantage.
You're professionals. It helps maybe a little depending on the crowd, but
it's something else that our stats can be categorized. I really think I don't think it matters to these professionals who's screaming in the stands.
yeah.
I really don't.
But it matters to me who you're going to end up picking in 16 minutes.
I'm taking Packers.
Oh, go Pack.
Mike
go.
Evans is the main component that takes it away. And then, like I said, I'm bringing up the running backs, and I think Aaron Jones is a better running back than Lenny. And if not just Aaron, then I think the duo of Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon are better than Lenny and whoever else they have, which I can't remember who they had running the ball. But yeah, Packers.
I don't remember either.
Oh.
So your next matchup pick
is still this Sunday. Sorry, I got it mixed up. It's another late game on Sunday.
Which one haven't we done?
Oh, we already did 49ers and Broncos. You're right.
Yeah.
Then we'll go to the Monday night game. Cowboys at Giants. My one word is thighs.
Oh,
Get them chunky thighs. And you know who I'm talking about when I say thighs, don't you?
Saquon.
Exactly. Everyone knows.
Because that was going to be my one word.
Dude's
Saquon.
got thighs bigger than my whole body. He's walking around like a fucking megazord of me on him. Lower half. It ain't a pretty sight, but Jesus, dude's a beast. Saquon's going to blow up. They've been able to use him efficiently in both games. One was kind of an ugly game, but they squeaked out a win in both, so you can't complain. I'm going with Giants winning again. My one word, thighs. Let's get it.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. Mine is Saquon, and I think he's going to outrush Ezekiel Elliott, who's slow, like I've said for the past 2 years, going to fall off the face of the earth soon.
It's Zeke and Pollard is the duo, but yeah, Pollard seems to shine more when he runs, and they still like to name him the second.
I have him on my fantasy team.
The only scary thing about the Cowboys right now is their defense. Their defense is legit. Like, their pass rush is crazy good. Micah Parsons is going to be top 3 in the league, if not already. And then just that weird connection between Cooper Rush and Noah Brown. I know they played in college together. Can't remember exactly which one, but they have that weird ass connection. And it's weird that he's not targeting CD, because CD's a number 1 on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
90% of them. So how young he is and how talented he already is, he would be a number 1 on 90% of these teams. And he just doesn't have a connection with them. So it's going to fault them a little bit. But the Noah Brown connection is weird at times as well. Noah Brown almost knows when Cooper Rush is going to throw a bad pass. Like, he does. It's like he's correcting himself for the bad pass before the bad pass is released. It's weird. But I'm still taking the Giants behind the quads and thighs. Buns and thighs.
All right, last and final matchup. Steelers in Cleveland.
Let's go.
My one word. This is the one that I'll get 8 minutes of awkward silence on. My one word. I want to say disappointing, but I'm not going to say that. I'll say upset. Not upset, but upset. I'm expecting to lose this game already. So that's what I'll be. Upset.
Okay, I hope that doesn't. It's not a double entendre word to where like Steelers are going to upset the Browns, because
well, that's why I said I'm not saying upset.
Browns are the favorite in this game, so I do not like personally playing as the favorite. That's just, it's never been the Browns' MO, and when we do play as the favorites, we tend to underperform. So disappointment would be a good word as well, like you already mentioned, because as soon as you had disappointment, that
you shot a twinkle in my eye.
like I had PTSD of that onside kick. That onside kick Carolina got off on the Browns, dude, that just gives me nightmares still. So,
Yeah, that's how the Steelers are going to line up.
every time you
get
kick the
everybody
ball off.
trembling. Fans in the stadium just shaking.
No, we're gonna cause an earthquake.
Not again.
But no, Jacoby Brissett did what he had to do.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets away with doing that against the Steelers defense. And then Nick Chubb, it's going to be hard for him to get a run off. But, I think we can do it. I think Stefanski's smart enough that you got to run, even if the runs in the beginning aren't looking very pretty. Because it's all about energy, and it's all about, can you outlast them? It's almost like a boxing match. Sure, you're taking a lot of hits. You're not looking good, but if you're more durable and have more endurance, you're going to be able to outlast him. This dude he'll throw himself out of the fight. And I'm hoping the Browns don't do that. I hope they just rely on the run, use Brissett only when needed, run a lot of play action, a lot of bootleg. That's what we're known for. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe the Steelers will be watching for that. Damn. Now I'm panicking. I haven't even said my one word.
Yeah, you're giving away trade secrets.
My one word is anxiety. My one word is anxiety.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I came into this year thinking, okay, it's not a scratch-off year. We're not just doing nothing. We have a good team, just a backup quarterback. And then we win the first game. It's looking real good for us. We looked good in the first game. In the second game, we looked good for 4 quarters and 13 minutes.
3 quarters.
It wasn't the fourth we blew it in. It was literally the last 2 minutes.
Well, you said you look good in 4 quarters and 13 minutes.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We didn't play any overtime. But yeah, we looked good for 3 quarters and 13 minutes, and then we just reverted back to the Browns I know and unfortunately love. So anxiety riddled for sure. I feel like I went from this is definitely the leader of the AFC North back to, oh God, we could be the last. Back to, hell yeah, we got it, baby. We're number 1. And now we're back to, holy fuck, what's going on in the whole AFC North? Yep. So anxiety is my one word. But I am picking the Browns.
I also am picking the Browns, if I didn't make that clear.
Okay, that's rough, man. We're in prime time.
On the same page.
Oh, yeah, we're never on the same page when it comes to Browns-Steelers games. And usually when we are, it's not a good thing.
Not for you.
No. Here, I stand before the people, before the fans, the great fans of the show. I have an apology to make. A true, sincere apology to a dear person in my life. Like to apologize from the bottom of my heart. I mean, it means everything to me. This person is the funniest, smartest, handsomest person I know. So yeah, it hurts that I even have to apologize, but it needs to be done. So I apologize to myself. Are you fucking kidding me? I can't even believe I lost that game to Brian. It's just ridiculous. I can't even fathom the fact of it. Brian got lucky. Lucky. He played head games with me. And this was his plan from the whole get-go. Back when we were 15 years old in middle school, he squeezed his way right into our friend group. He got real close to me. It's the long con, people. That's what you don't see. Okay? Long con, middle school, high school, early adulthood. And then when we're middle-aged adults, if that's what you want to call ourselves, we're playing fantasy football like real adults should. Obviously, the evolution is happening. And then this is where the rest of his plan unfolds, right? He gets real close to me. We've been friends for 10 plus years. And then he makes me think that he has a crush on me. I'm like, oh, okay. Brian, I don't swing that way, but if you do, that is perfectly fine. You're still my best friend. I still think you're handsome as shit. And that's fine. You can think I'm handsome. You can have a crush on me. That's fine. But what he did is he did it to make me go easy on him. You obviously go easy on you. People have a crush on you. You already feel bad that they can't be with you, right? Like, I'm sorry, Brian. I feel bad that you can't be with me. I wish I was gay so I could just fulfill your fantasy, but I'm not. Okay? I'm sorry. So I'm sorry for that, but mostly I'm sorry for myself, okay? I fell for it. I fell for it. He got me in close. I took it easy on him. I did some weird stuff with my waiver wire because I thought it was just going to be a fun, friendly game. To where we sit around on Sunday, not even talk about beating each other. It's just all about, oh, my team's looking good. Maybe it'll go on for next week when I don't face you. And we have different opponents. But no, it's not how it happened. He was rubbing it in my face half the day. Hurt my feelings real bad. Put me in a dark place. So, yeah. I don't apologize for nobody. I don't apologize for shit. If I would have made that move instead of picking up Taysom Hill because he sugar potted me in the first week with 90 rush yards, being a tight end, getting quarterback, wide receiver, and running back points, he honey-dicked the shit out of me, okay? And if I would have just picked up Gerald Everett like I wanted to, not the greatest tight end, but the best that's on the market for me to pick up on the waiver, dude was dying by the end of the game, but I would have died on that sword because that would have won me the game. Cordell Patterson was another big mistake. I started him, didn't start him the first game. He lightweight goes off. And then the second game, he just runs into a fucking brick wall all day, only getting me 4.10. To where David Montgomery, the guy I replaced him for, only got me 9 or 8 the first game. Now he gets me 15. That's the game in the bag, folks. That's the game in the bag. But even without all that, it's just Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill gets me 1.40, and that's my whole week. Sucks. It is what it is, but I ain't gonna fall for it again, Brian. You be ready for this matchup, okay? And no more smooches. You don't get any more smooches. You don't deserve them, okay?